Good evening, and welcome to the Wall Township Board of Education reorganization meeting for 2026. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag
the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening again, and welcome to, this is the reorganization meeting for the Wall Township Board of Education for 2026. At this evening's meeting, we will welcome one new Board of Education member and welcome back 3 incumbent Board of Education members. We will also, the board will be electing a board president and a vice president. First order of business, based on the statement of determination from the Monmouth County Clerk's Office concerning the general election held November 4th, 2025, and specific to the school board election at the Wall Township Board of Education, I'd like to congratulate and welcome back incumbent member Jim Maliff to a 3-year term on the Board of Education. Incumbent Kathleen DiGiovanni to a 3-year term on the Board of Education. Incumbent Cody Smith to a 1-year term on the Board of Education. And being new to the Board of Education, I'd like to welcome Leah Bibby to a 3-year term on the Board of Education. I would ask the 3 incumbent board members and Ms. Bibby to join me up at the table for your oath of office. Sorry. And you won't have to read anything because they'll be for signing. I'll make each sentence brief. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
Kathleen DiGiovanni.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and this state
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
I, state your name,
I, Kathleen DiGiovanni,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to RS 1941,
pursuant to RS 1941,
nor disqualified due to conviction
nor disqualified due to conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in New Jersey Statute 18A,
listed in New Jersey Statute 18A,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of that office
perform all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
2 pens. I would ask that you would sign your required oath. Yes, signature. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda will be electing a board president and board vice president. So at this time, I ask for a nomination for the position of board president for 2026.
I'd like to nominate Mr. James Maliff for president.
I apologize. Before I do, I take a roll call. Sorry, order of
Hold on
business.
reserve then.
Yes. Ms. Adams,
Here.
Ms. Barbier,
Here.
Ms. Bibby,
Here.
and welcome again. Mr. Buffa,
Here.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Here.
Mr. Maliff,
Here.
Mr. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Wondrak. Here. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd ask for a motion for a nomination for the position of President of the Board of Education.
I'd like to renew my nomination of Mr. James Maliff.
Okay, we don't need a second for the nominations of President. Are there any other nominations for the position of President? Okay. Seeing none, I'll take a roll call vote. First, probably most important, Mr. Maliff.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Ms. Barbier,
Yes.
Ms. Bibby,
Yes.
Mr. Buffa,
Yes.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Wondrak. Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Maliff. I'll turn the meeting over to you.
Thank you. I thank the board. Thank you, Mr. Smythe. Welcome and Happy New Year to everybody. At this time, we will have nominations for vice president.
I'd like to nominate Tom Buffa for vice president.
Ms. Barbier, we do not need a second for vice president, or do we?
We do not.
Oh, we do not. Are there any other nominations? Ms. Barbier?
Make the nomination
Yes.
for Ms. Barbier to be
Yes.
vice president?
Yes. Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, a roll call, Mr. Smythe?
Ms. Barbier,
Yes.
Mr. Bibby, Ms. Bibby? Sorry.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
which one, are we voting on the one?
Yes.
Which one?
Vice President, Mr. Buffa.
I heard two names though.
No, Ms. Barbier was the,
Yes,
she nominated him.
thank you.
Yeah, for clarification, she nominated Mr. Buffa for vice president.
That's correct.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Mr. Buffa,
Yes.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Wondrak? Yes. Ms. Adams,
yes.
Mr. Maliff?
Yes. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Buffa. Okay, at this time, we are going to conduct interviews for a board vacancy. And what's going to happen is the candidates, and there are, I believe, 7 candidates will come in. They will come in one at a time, have a seat here, and we'll ask basically the same questions of all the candidates. After that, the board will go into executive session, and at that time, during executive session, we will decide on who the candidate will be, and then after doing that, we'll return from executive session and seat the new board member. Okay? Ready now for the first candidate? She's going to sit here, right? Sit over here. And just to be clear, there's only one candidate in the room at any given time. Okay. Mrs. Moore, welcome.
Hello,
And-
hello.
We're going to ask, I have some questions to ask of you, and certainly you'll have some time in answering those questions to tell us a little bit about yourself and whatever else you might want us to know that is not expressly asked in the questions.
In 10
Okay.
minutes or less.
Okay. Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
Hi, everyone. I have been an educator for 26 years. I have spent all those 26 years in Wall. Besides doing that, I have some other leadership qualities from the county level and the state level. So I've been in administrative positions where decisions had to be made. I have participated in curriculum decisions, being parts of teams. I've participated in negotiations, and I have participated in facility management things by setting up a team of people from the different schools to be the watchdogs of the facilities.
Okay. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
The Board of Education, the members are responsible for approving curriculum, managing the superintendent, organizing large projects like referendums, listening to the public, and keeping all of that in mind, making sure that the top priority is the education of the students.
Okay, thank you. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
I just read about a policy or some kind of legislation that has not gone through both houses, but they're trying to regionalize smaller districts. Any districts with less than 500 students. Vin Gopal is the one that wrote that bill, and they're looking into cost savings. So there might be some kind of a strategy group that would have to be put together to make a decision on if that's good for Wall, and good for the smaller districts. The other thing that I think is important is money has shrunk. Budget money has shrunk. And there is no federal Department of Education, which is another problem. But with the shrinking of funds from outside of the district, bigger decisions have to be made that might not have had been made over the last 10 years. Where does the money come from to educate the kids? And the other thing that's important is making sure you manage the referendum project that is going great, but to make sure that those changes that have happened stay at the forefront of the children's benefit.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the strengths of the school district? What do you see as areas that perhaps would be in need of improvement?
I think the curriculum and how it is being delivered is a strength. I believe that the children benefit from that continued review of curriculum that we go through, the teachers go through. Did I say I was a teacher?
You did.
Okay. That the partnership between the administration and the teachers is strong, I believe, and that benefits the students. I think that the superintendent search is an important, very big, very important job that the board will have to make sure that they are finding the right person to run the district.
Okay. And finally, what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
I think we're successful now. I think it's important that the community understand what the Board of Education's job is. Working here through the pandemic, things went a little south. People that used to support the school district no longer did. And politics took over some of that. Politics has no role in a Board of Education. And if we could get the community to buy into the decisions that are being made for the benefit of the children, I think that's really all we need. I don't think there's anything that can't be done in Wall if we all were playing on the same team.
Okay, thank you. Now, just before we conclude, is there anything else that we haven't touched on that you would particularly like to add?
This is a bucket list item for me. I know that sounds crazy. I lived in Wall since 1993. Left in 2015 when my daughter was out at college. Came back, and part of the reason I came back is because I would like to see the other side of what I know. How the budget works. Does my knowledge help that budget process? How does the board work on committees for the benefit of the children? Is there changes that could be made that would benefit our kids?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, good evening and welcome. Our next candidate is Shauna Hoppy. Am I saying that correctly?
It's Hop.
Hop? Forget the E at the end there. Okay, thanks. Okay.
all right.
And Ms. Hop, what we're going to do, I'm going to ask you a series of questions that we're asking of everybody. And then at the conclusion, if there's anything that the specific questions didn't address anything that you wanted to add, you would have the opportunity to do that. Okay? All right.
Great.
Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
Sure. So my name is Shauna Hop. I have lived in Wall for about 20 years, first in West Belmar and now in North Wall. My husband Mike and I have 2 kids in the district, Travis is in 9th grade at the high school, and Lexi is in 6th grade at the intermediate school, and they both went to Central Elementary. I was a member of Central's CAPE for about 10 years, and I participated in many activities that CAPE offers the teachers and the students. I was a chairperson on the yearbook committee, the lip sync committee, Halloween bingo. I'm probably forgetting one because it's been a couple of months since I've been doing that, but through this I got to know a lot of the teachers and the parents, and especially the kids. With that, I got a glimpse into the internal processes at the district, and it gave me perspective on what it takes to make things happen on a day-to-day basis. I also have spoken with the high school environmental club here about careers in science, and I enjoy when they reach out to me with career advice and questions. I consider myself an empathetic person and a good listener. In my professional capacity, I engage with communities on a regular basis, many times in high-pressure situations where people are actively seeking answers to questions that I may not be able to provide at the time. I think it's important to strike a careful balance without discounting the community member or their thoughts, not saying things to lead them to conclusions or false assumptions. I've found a tough balance relies on not reacting, but more listening and honoring their question without making them feel discounted.
Okay, thank you. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
I've attended many board meetings over the years to stay informed on what's happening with the school district. And I've seen a range of the concerns and the business decisions that the board tackles on a day-to-day basis. And the consideration that the board puts into these decisions. My understanding of the board is it's a body of community members that are responsible for choosing the superintendent and authorizing budgets of the district. They act as a kind of a conduit between the community members, or the public, the taxpayers, and the district administration. And the board members work together to set vision, goals, policy to benefit the students in the community.
Okay, thank you. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
I think one of the major challenges that facing the schools would be uncertainty with state and federal funding. That complicates the long-term planning and budgeting. It may require being more flexible with planning and adjusting the plan as funding information becomes clearer. I also think a challenge might be community buy-in. This can be achieved by making sure the community is informed and that all stakeholders and community members feel heard and invested in the challenges and successes of the district. When folks feel heard and invested, everybody moves forward together.
Okay. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as the areas most needing improvement?
As a parent of a student with an IEP since kindergarten, I can attest to the excellent staff at the special education programs at Wall. The support and assistance that he's received over the years have been a huge part in giving him the tools to navigate high school life today and even join the swim team, which I didn't think was possible. And ongoing challenge discussed at many meetings that I've seen has been the aging infrastructure of our schools. I understand this is a work in progress, you know, with the auditorium and a lot of the other projects, but I think keeping up with the referendum and ensuring improvements and upgrades are proceeding on time and on budget is important. And I guess another thing would be quality teacher and staff recruitment and retention, and providing our amazing teachers and staff with compensation and benefits that they deserve.
Okay,
I
thank you.
think that's, yeah.
And finally, what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
I think success would include strong partnerships with the community and the families that make them up. I think success is ensuring that families have the opportunity to participate in their students' education. And I think that success is providing teachers with the support and training needed to set our students up for success.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, before you go, if there's anything else that you would like to add that we didn't address in our questions that you would like us to know, this would be a time you could do that.
Yeah, not that I can think of right now.
Okay.
I think my hands are sweating. I think
Okay.
I'm done.
Thank you. I've been there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good
Welcome,
evening.
Mr. Hunsinger. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to ask you a few questions, all right, that we're asking the same of all the candidates, and then at the conclusion of our questions, if you have anything that you'd like to add that we didn't address in our questions, you would have time to do that. Okay? All right. Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
I am born and raised right here in Wall Township. I graduated this high school in 2006. I believe that makes me deeply familiar with this town. I'm also very active in local politics. I attend almost every single Wall Township committee meeting, as well as have ran for office here in town in 2024. I believe that because of these things that I've done, I have leadership qualities that would set me apart for and bring a little bit of new blood to the Board of Education.
Okay. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
So the role of the Board of Education is mostly for things like the school budget, as well as just making sure the curriculum and superintendents and everything else are all in order. As a board member, I believe that each one of you is making decisions that affect the students of Wall Township, and I feel like you do a pretty decent job.
Okay, thank you. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
So I feel like as technology tends to move in the direction it is, we're going to see more and more with AI, things like that. So I believe that there's going to be a lot of misinformation and things like that you guys are going to have to constantly fight. Also, the technology will bring in new challenges as well and new opportunities that you guys are going to have to tackle individually as things go on. I feel like technology is one of the biggest things, and you guys have been dealing with it for a while, but as it goes on, and especially during the AI revolution, we're going to see more and more of that go on, I believe.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as the areas most needing improvement?
So as far as strengths, I feel like the Wall Township is very organized, has been for years. I was a student here at Wall, so I've kind of experienced it myself. As far as things that I think you could do better, I recently, over the past year, attended a protest for the paraprofessionals and lunch ladies. I feel like that was something that I disagreed with, quite frankly, as somebody with ADHD. Paraprofessionals are near and dear to my heart. My mom was also a paraprofessional right here in Wall, in the intermediate school. So that's something that I feel deeply connected to, and I feel like maybe might be something that could be fixed down the line.
Okay, and finally, what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
I believe success really is in making our students ready for the world after school. We want to have deeply educated kids that could be someone like me that could end up sitting here interviewing for a position on this board, or whatever they choose to do. Honestly, I feel like Wall education gave me the skills that I've used here in town, and I feel like what you guys are doing is prepping the next generation of children to do the same thing that you're doing, the same thing that I'm doing, basically trying to get everybody to function well in a society.
Okay, thank you. And now, if there's anything else that you would like to add that we didn't specifically ask, this would be a time you might want to do that.
On top of my mom working for the school system, my dad was also a custodian in the intermediate school, so Wall Township schools have always been deeply ingrained in my lifestyle. I owe my entire childhood to it because both my parents worked for the school system. So I just want to, if I do have the opportunity to end up on that board, I want to bring the same excellence that they brought to their perspective careers to the board.
Okay, thank you. And we thank them for their years of service to the township.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay,
have a good
thank you.
night.
Okay, welcome, Ms. Ferretti.
Yes,
Right.
Ferretti,
How are
thank you.
And what we're doing is thank you for willing to be a candidate for this. And we're asking the same questions of all the candidates tonight. And after I ask the questions, you'll have the opportunity, if you wish, to address anything that we didn't specifically ask in our questions. Okay? All right, first of all, every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
So I've been an educator for 15 years. I'm also a parent of 2 young children in the district that are in the school, and I have another child that will be in kindergarten in a year and a half. I'm also obviously a community member, so I feel as though I can bring a really unique perspective and insight to the board. I'm sorry, can you repeat the question one more time?
Sure. Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
Yeah, so I think my experience in education and seeing education change and grow over the years, it will help me to make decisions, not just right now, but also for the future, that really will best meet the needs of our students. I am also very collaborative. I've worked with administrators, I've worked with colleagues, and I've worked with families, which I think is also a really important qualities and experience to have. I really feel as though in education, creating those positive relationships with families is almost as important as the education themselves, and I feel like that's something that I have done in the past and I can do, and is also an important quality to have and to be able to do when you're on the board.
Okay. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
So I believe that the Board of Education and its members, their role is to ensure that the district is running efficiently, and this is done obviously by making sure that the budget is balanced and that we are meeting the needs of our students and that the money is being allocated in a way that's financially responsible, but also to maintain and create policies that are relevant, right? Because our society is always changing, education is always changing. I see this with the increase in technology, and not only through instruction, but also what our children are expected to use. You know, they're expected to use technology not only in the day-to-day, but also through district assessments and statewide assessments. So we really need to make sure that those policies are relevant so that we are meeting the students where they are, and we are making sure that they're successful.
Okay, thank you. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
Yeah. So something that I'm seeing in Wall, but also in education in general, is the huge gap in skills and range of skills within each grade level. So especially since COVID in the past 5-6 years, we've seen that each grade level, the students are they're all on different levels, right? So I feel like making sure that we have a curriculum that is rigorous and challenging our students, but also at the same time meeting our children where they are and providing those foundational skills. And that's something that I feel like is a challenge and an issue, but it's also something that Wall is doing really well right now. I know in the elementary grades, the use of a curriculum like magnetic reading that, again, provides rigor and challenges our students, but then at the same time, really make sure that the students have those foundational skills so that they will be successful in the future. And I think going forward, making sure that we are providing intervention for the students that need it, because if we don't provide that early on, then eventually, the gap will just increase.
Okay. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as areas most needing improvement?
So I feel as though something that I love about the school district and Wall in general is the sense of community, and I think that's something that is really important to continue. Like I said, I feel like really a big part of education is the relationship with the families and the community, and I think that's something that Wall is doing really well right now. Again, I think making sure that our curriculum does meet the needs of our students, especially, I'm a special education teacher specifically, so I think especially making sure that our special education students are making sure their needs are met, but also making sure that they're prepared for the future outside of our schools, I think is very important. Something that I think we are facing as a community and a society is also the increase in technology, but cyberbullying and online safety, which I think is something that I know presentations that are starting to be done throughout the school district, and I think that's really important. And I think just making sure that, like I said, we are keeping up with the increase in technology, being able to use that in the schools, but also keeping our children safe outside of them.
Okay, thank you. And finally, what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
I feel as though success looks like growth. So I feel like usually we might look at a student and say, oh, you're in 4th grade, you need to be on what's called a 4th grade level. But I feel like as long as each child is growing and showing growth for what's successful for them, both academically but socially, I think is so important. I see that very often as educators, we just get so focused on the academics, but we really need to make sure that our children are prepared for the future outside of our walls, and that they are socially able to be successful members of our society, because I keep going back to technology because I see it with my own children. You know, a lot of times our kids are in front of the iPads, in front of the computers, and they don't know how to socialize. So I think if we make sure that our children are growing both socially and academically, then we're doing something right.
Okay, thank you very much. And at this time, if there's anything that you'd like to add, because we didn't ask you, and you'd like to add something, please do so.
So I kind of already said it, but just to reiterate again, I'm an educator of 15 years. I think that my perspective and my insight, like I said, being an educator and a parent and a community member can be extremely valuable to the board. I also have personally currently use and have in the past used many of the curriculums that we are currently implementing. So I feel like having practical experience with those curriculums and maybe even curriculums that we might explore in the future is very helpful. I also have experience using the data and applying it to drive instruction, which I think is really important. And I think it's just a valuable, unique perspective that I can bring to the board.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Ms. Laura, welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Okay, what I'm going to do is we're going to ask you a series of questions, the same questions we're asking to everybody.
Great.
And then at the conclusion of the questions, if there's anything else that you would like to add that we don't ask, you will have that opportunity.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Am I close enough?
You're on.
Okay.
Okay. Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
Well, I'm a mom of 4. All of the 4 kids are within the schools, so we have an elementary, a middle school, and 2 high school students. So I kind of think of myself as boots on the ground, really entrenched. I'm on the soccer fields, the basketball courts, I'm in the classrooms, really connected with the community as a whole. I am also pretty ingrained in the community. I spent several years coaching and running the youth basketball program for Wall Recreation. I'm currently on the board for Wall Travel Basketball. And in 2015, I founded and started a grassroots stroller fitness business in Wall. So moms would come work out with their kids in a stroller. So I've connected with a lot of the community, and I am really all about connecting people, and I put children first, my own children and children I coach and children in the community, and I lead with my heart, my heart.
Okay, thank you. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
So my understanding of the Board of Education, this might not be the technical term, but I see the board as building the foundation or the scaffolding for the student's educational experience. So, you know, when I think with my own children, the amount of time that they spend in school and then at their extracurricular activities, it's really more time than they're spending with our own family on a day-to-day. Like I think of today, my kids are still at some extracurricular activities, right? So the school and the district and the community become that second family for our kids. And it's so important that that educational experience is so much more than just education. It's their experience. It's building that footprint for them that's going to bring them through their life. So I look at the board as being responsible for the vision of that educational experience, also being decision makers, and building that scaffolding that can set the superintendent, the staff, the teachers up for success and giving these children the best educational experience they can have. As far as I think you asked what the individual responsibilities of the board members, I would say to be the voices of the students and the community, and sort of be the decision makers that represent what's best for the students and the community and the families.
Okay, thank you. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
I think in Wall in particular, over the last few years, the issues are pretty obvious. There's been some specific incidences that have cast sort of a gray cloud over our district. The football event, specific teachers and their behaviors. So I think those are issues that, are on the table. But I think what's really important and what we have an opportunity to do is that there's a lot of beauty happening in the district and in the schools every day. There are a lot of people, teachers, staff, guidance counselors, custodians, working incredibly hard to make this a very special place. And I think it's human nature to sort of harp on the negative incidences that have happened. But I think there's an opportunity for the Board of Ed and the community to shine some light on the everyday positive things that are happening. And they are happening. So I think there's an opportunity to open up some communication among the community about these, the positive and the beauty that we have in our district, because we're changing lives of these kids. I mean, I see it with my own 4, and they haven't had, perfect school years every year. They have their challenges, but the way that the school and the district has supported them is beautiful. And I think we have an opportunity, the Board of Ed has an opportunity to shine a light on that. And it's not to, throw under the rug any of the events that have happened that are negative, but it's to also say, hey, we're dealing with those negative aspects, but we also have a lot of good going on, and we are also going to focus on that.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as the areas most needing an improvement?
So as far as strengths, I would say the sense of community, the people, the teachers. Miss Buckle, for example, 4th grade teacher, she had my daughter, who is now a junior at Wall High School. Miss Buckle still comes to all my daughter's theater performances. And I know she doesn't do that just for my daughter. She's going to, kids' extracurricular activities. She's just, there are people in this district, families, parents who are joining boosters clubs. There are people who are putting the effort in, and I think that's what makes this community so beautiful, is that there are folks who will roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, get involved. And so I think that's one aspect of a strength of the Wall School District. I also think the opportunities that the district gives our students is incredible. I always say to my kids, find your people. And wow, especially the high school has that. A couple of my kids are great athletes, so naturally they have their people on their teams. My oldest daughter, she has found her people in theater and in her, student council that she's involved in. So I think overall the district just has something for everyone, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Okay, thank you. And what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
I guess simply put, where students feel safe, a sense of belonging, teachers and staff feel supported, and the community and families feel heard and involved. And I really think that our current district has a lot of that right now. I think it can always be improved. I would love the opportunity to participate as a board member and help make those enhancements. But even not as a board member, I will continue within the community and as a parent in the community to do the best I can to always improve our township. I think our district is a really special place.
Okay, thank you. And just in conclusion, if there's anything you'd like to add that we didn't address in our question, you certainly can do so now.
Just thanks for having me today, and thanks for listening. And I appreciate all of your hard work. I know a lot of times it goes unnoticed, but it is appreciated.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Saladino.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go through a series of questions, the same questions we're asking all the candidates.
Sure.
And then at the conclusion of those questions, you'll have the opportunity, if you wish, if there's anything that we didn't address in our questions that you would like us to know, you would have the opportunity to do that at the end, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
So a little bit about myself. My name is Nicole Saladino. I've been in education for 30 years. I work in the Old Bridge Township Public School System, which is a very large district. I started out as an elementary teacher. I taught 3rd and 4th grade for 10 years. And then I transitioned to the high school as a school counselor. And for the last 20, I've been in the high school as a school counselor. So I am deeply passionate about public education and the impact that we can have on student lives. That's the education role. I also held different positions within the district. I was elected to the Old Bridge Education Association. I ran 3 elections. I did 7 years as the OBEA president. I served as vice president, grievance chair, lead negotiator. I negotiated 3 contracts with them between the Board of Education and the Education Association. So I've held some different roles and hats, but I recently moved to the area in 2017, have followed kind of from the sidelines of the Wall Township school system, and kind of felt like I have some resources that could be helpful,
Okay.
especially looking for a new superintendent.
What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
So over the years, I've worked closely with the Board of Education. I still have very good rapport with members on the Board of Education in the district that I work in. I certainly understand the boundaries and the parameters, and that a Board of Education member is simply to help set the policy of the district, not to govern the daily operation, but to set policy, support the policy, work collaboratively through the committees to make decisions for the betterment of the children.
Okay. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
Well, that's a loaded question. I feel like education has changed. The things that our students are facing today, I have never seen before. So I think some of the biggest things facing the education system for us is obviously funding. The S2 funding is a big concern. My district is in an $18 million deficit, so we work collaboratively to try to address those issues. I know that funding is a big issue, but also I kind of feel like the outside things that impact our education system negatively in the community, or social media, or any of those items, I think are things that, you know, do impact the school system negatively. I've seen a lot of the media, the newspapers and things like that. I've seen some of the parent comments and so forth. So I kind of feel like the last few years has been tough, but I've also seen, I feel like, a turn to that and a positive impact of, you know, all of the things that are positively happening in the school system in Wall.
Thank you. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as the areas most needing improvement?
So first, let me commend the cleanliness, because I just used the bathroom, and it was extremely clean, and so are the hallways.
Feel good.
So yeah, so I'm very big on cleanliness in the school system, so I commend you on that. The strengths of the school system, from what I see, the amount of activities that are offered to the students. Not every student, we obviously have wonderful academic programs. We have wonderful athletic programs, but not every child is an athlete, so I see the various activities and programs that are offered here, and the clubs that are so important for a student to feel that they're included, that they're a part of something, that they're connected to something. So I think that's a lot of positive things that are going on. Negative things, I mean, again, from what I'm hearing, you know, from some of the outside previous past, and that's why I want to be a part of helping to turn that corner and highlight all the positive things that are happening in Wall.
Okay, thank you. And finally, what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
So
people on the outside might say test scores or things like that, which I commend the school system as well. I've looked at those test scores as well as graduation rates, high graduation rates, college preparedness, but not every student goes to college. A lot of students need VOTEC and other careers besides just college. So for me, success is that when a student comes to school, one, they feel safe. They have to feel that that is a safe place. Being a counselor, that's really important to me. And also that they belong, that, you know, that they try their best and that they have the support systems. Students will hit bumps in the roads. There will be situations that happen throughout, you know, K to 12, but that when they leave here, they feel like, one, that they had a great experience, that they had a happy and healthy education, and two, that they're prepared for something outside of Wall Township School.
Okay, thank you. And now, if there's anything that we didn't ask that you would like us to know, this would be a time to...
No, just like I said, this is kind of my first time on the other side of something, nearing the end of my career as well, and so I kind of felt like it's time for me to give back. I know it's sometimes a thankless job, and you can have things come from you from all ends, but I just feel like one of the biggest items, and the reason why I came, was the superintendent search. We currently, too, just went through that process in my district after having a leader for 10 years. And, you know, it is a process that's extremely important because you have to find the best leader possible in order to have success. Everybody else that's doing all of the daily stuff is amazing and wonderful, but they need a leader. That's really important. I just feel like that can make or break the district.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a good night.
All right, Mr. Addonizio, welcome.
Welcome.
All right.
Good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And what we're doing here, we're going to ask you the same questions we asked the other five of the other candidates. And at the conclusion, if there's anything that you'd like to add that we haven't addressed in our questions, you would have the opportunity to do that. Okay? Every board member brings different strengths and ideas to the Board of Education. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how your strengths would benefit the district.
So I've had the honor of serving on the board the past 12 years. I made a decision back in June not to seek re-election. One of the reasons was partly because I thought I was going to be traveling more, and the way business works out, it didn't turn out that way. So not filing to run was something that I deeply regretted since then. Having served on the board, I've served on every committee. I've chaired every committee. I've participated in 2 strategic planning sessions. As you know, those are the sessions that help lead the district into the future, those plans. Participated in all the budget conversations, fought points where I thought maybe we should be cutting some money, and certainly allocated or rallied for other things that I thought we should be spending money on. You know, my strengths are that I feel very passionate about the work. I fully understand all the work that goes into it.
Okay. What is your understanding of the role of the Board of Education and the role of a board member?
So the role of the Board of Education is to create policy. You vote on policy. Policy is what drives the school district. I know there's a lot of confusion usually with people on that, but the whole district runs on policy. We don't run the day-to-day operation of the district. The superintendent does that. The board actually only has 2 employees, one of which is the superintendent. The other one is the board secretary. It's our job to make sure that the superintendent is administering the policies correctly. to the whole district, and, you know, we have that oversight. The other important thing that a board does is the budget every year, participating in the budget talks, listening to all the presentations from all the different professionals for the things that need to go into a budget, and then sometimes saying you have to sharpen your pencil a little bit because we need to just keep an eye on where we are and make sure we're doing the right thing. So it's a little bit of a balancing act, but that's the job of the board.
Okay. What do you believe are a few of the most important issues facing our school system now and for the next 5 years?
Well, number one, right this second, would be hiring a new superintendent, which will be done in the next couple of months. After that, I would say the board starting a new strategic plan to guide the district into the next couple of years into the future. Making sure all the referendum projects are done. You know, there's a lot of progress with that. Making sure they're done, completed, and everything's fine with them. And then, of course, you know, the budget. You know, every year the budget rolls around, and every year there's new challenges with it. One of the things I read yesterday was the state is proposing smaller districts merge with larger districts. This is something they pushed for, or they started talking about a couple years ago, but it really looks like they're pushing towards that. So, you know, Wall Township has a couple surrounding neighbors that have smaller districts, and that might be something that, whether we want it or not, we might have to absorb. So those are some of the things I think the district that are very important to the district in the next couple of years.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the strengths of the school district, and what do you see as the areas most needing improvement?
Certainly, I think the number one strength is the employees. Whether it's in the classroom, the buses, the administration, superintendent, the cafeteria, the maintenance, the business office, everybody up and down in between. Whenever you talk to them, the sense of pride they have and the dedication that they put into their jobs, no matter what they do, I would say that's the number one strength. And parents see it on a regular basis. You know, you hear the good comments about the bus driver or the teacher that went, or para that went above and beyond. So it's certainly the staff, because every day they're doing something great in this district. The one thing that could be improved, certainly the misinformation that comes out from people into the community, and people sometimes believe that to be true. That's the never-ending battle, it seems like. Somebody cries fire, and everybody thinks there's a fire, but it's really not true.
Okay. And what does success for Wall Township schools look like to you?
So I've always looked at success as attending a graduation, a play, arts show, a sporting event where, you know, you can see the excitement, the happiness, the pride on all the students' face. That's really the purpose of the budgets and doing all that, to be able to experience that. You know, on the business side of things, it's producing a budget that funds the district adequately and meets all the needs and gives opportunities to the students to explore things that, you know, maybe a normal school wouldn't be able to do. And Wall Township Schools has been very successful with that, with the different academies we have, and you know, the foresight of so many great administrators and staff to really push these things along.
Okay, and finally, if there's anything that we didn't ask that you would like to share with us, this would be your time to do that.
I enjoyed my time on the board. One thing about me, I have a lot of institutional knowledge, and I can hit the ground running, no pun intended. But I would just want to thank everybody for their time, and you know, it's a little different sitting on this side of things after many years and many people. But thank you for your consideration, and Happy New Year.
Okay. Thank you, and I would like to thank all of the candidates for showing interest in becoming a member of the Wall Township Board of Education. It's greatly appreciated to see this level of interest in serving, and I was very much appreciated all the remarks that all of you had. Thank you very much. At this time, the board is going to go into executive session for the purpose of selecting the candidate. And at this time, I would need one. I can't really say. Go ahead. Do we have any other topics? And any other topics that are on the agenda? I'm sorry, any other topics that might come up in executive session. And can I say we expect to be back at 7 o'clock, Mr. Smythe, or should we kind of leave that a little open-ended?
I would say 7:15.
Okay, we anticipate coming back at 7:15. At this time, I'd like to hear a motion to go to executive session.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, who made the first motion?
Cody.
Ms. Smith made the motion, Mr. Buffa seconded. All in favor? Aye, we are going to executive session. Right. Cody. Okay, returning from executive session, can we have a roll call, Mr. Smythe?
Ms. Adams?
Here.
Ms. Barbier?
Here.
Ms. Bibby?
Here.
Mr. Buffer?
Here.
Ms. DiGiovanni? Here. Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Wondrak? Here. Mr. Malley?
Here. Okay. First of all, I'd like to say, before we give our nominations for the vacancy, the board greatly appreciates all of the candidates who came tonight and spoke very eloquently on their behalf. Certainly, as you see, we were in executive session for quite some time as we went over these candidates before we were able to, be able to make our nominations at this time. So the board and I greatly appreciate all of the candidates coming here and the interest in being on the Board of Education. We appreciate it very much, and we thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask for nominations for a candidate to the Wall Township Board of Education.
Mr. Mallett, I'd like to nominate Katie Lawler.
We have a nomination for Ms. Lawler. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Are there any other nominations?
Yeah,
Here-
I'd like to nominate Shauna Hopp.
I'll second that.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, at this time, we will, Mr. Smythe?
Okay, and just to be clear, the process is to take a roll call vote in the order of the nominations. The first candidate to receive a majority of affirmative votes to be seated on the Board of Education would in fact be seated, and there will be no additional roll call votes. Okay, roll call on Katie Lauer. Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Barbier?
No.
Ms. Bibby?
No.
Mr. Buffer?
Yes.
Ms. DiGiovanni?
No?
Mr. Malley?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wondrak?
Yes.
That's 5 yes votes. That's affirmative. Motion carries.
Okay. So the candidate for the Board of Education will be Ms. Katie Lawler.
Is she present?
Ms. Lawler present, please come down.
Yes.
Oh, stand. Stand up. You're going to get him.
Welcome to the Board of Education. The mic on. Please repeat after me. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Katie Lawler,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear
true faith
true
and allegiance to
faith
the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the government established
in the United States and this state,
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Katie Lawler,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by the law
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
for the office of member of the Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter
and I am not disqualified as a voter
pursuant to RS 1941,
pursuant to RS 1941,
nor disqualified due to conviction
nor disqualified due to conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in Statute 18A,
listed in Statute 18A,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of that office
perform all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Welcome to the Board of Education.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mr. Smythe, there's a photo.
Think we get-
Oh,
She
go,
got it.
Joe, okay, great.
We're going to do the,
Okay, at this time, I'll take another roll call vote for the full Board of Education. Ms. Adams,
Yes.
just a roll call.
Here.
Ms. Barbier,
Here.
Ms. Bibby? Here. Mr. Buffa?
Here.
Ms. Di Giovanni? Here. Ms. Lau?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Wondrak? Here. Mr. Malik?
here. Okay, Mr. Smythe, at this time, we're going to have the board recite some of the code of ethics for board members. Is that correct? Public comment first?
You can have public comment at this point.
Okay, at this time, we're going to open up the public comment for any action items. Okay, seeing no one for public comment, we're going to close public comment at this time. And would now be the appropriate time?
Yes.
Okay. So I think do all of you have the code of ethics in front of you? And I think what we'll do is we'll follow our tradition that we've done in the past, and I think we'll start with Ms. Di Giovanni over there, and we're going to go, and she will start with A, and then we'll proceed around the board and recite the code of ethics of board members. Ms. Di Giovanni, would you like to start, please?
Yep. 18A 12-24.1 Code of Ethics for School Board Members. A school board member shall abide by the following Code of Ethics for School Board Members. A, I will uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought only through legal and ethical procedures.
B, I will make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet the individual needs of all children, regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing.
C, I will confine my board action to policymaking, planning, and appraisal, and I will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them.
D, I will carry out my responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well-run.
E, I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board.
F, I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interest or partisan political groups or to use the schools for personal gain or for the gain of friends.
G, I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. In other matters, I will provide accurate information and, in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its school.
H, I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer.
I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties.
Okay, and I will conclude with J. I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on the complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. Okay. And all of you have in front of you an acknowledgement of receipt of the Code of Ethics of School Board Members. Just make sure that before we leave tonight that that gets to Mr. Smythe. And do you have a superintendent's report? Okay. And at this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to, for the consent agenda. I'm sorry?
Yeah, we do.
I'll motion, sorry.
Okay, Mr. Buffer, Ms. DiGiovanni, second. Roll call.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Barbier?
Yes.
Ms. Bibby?
Yes.
Mr. Buffer?
Yes.
Flowers?
Lawler.
Yes.
Lawler.
Flowers?
Lawler.
Okay. Well, it's good, my mic wasn't on, so. Ms. DiGiovanni?
Yeah.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wondrak?
Yes.
Mr. Mallon?
Yes. And at this time, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Ms. Barbier?
I'll second it.
A second. Mr. Wondrak, all in favor? We are adjourned.